Ever wonder if you could take a print-ready magazine created in Adobe InDesign and turn it into a visually stunning digital flipbook in just a few steps? In this video, I'll show you how to export a PDF from InDesign and upload it to Flipsnack, a web-based PDF flipbook platform that allows you to create online publications with videos, slideshows, links, and more. Let's dive in and get started. I'm in InDesign here, and I've created a magazine design for a fictional food and cooking publication called Nourish. It's ready for print, however, now I'd like to create a digital version that can be viewed and shared with my audience online. In this example, I'll show you how to export the PDF and upload it to Flipsnack for online publishing. To export this document, go up to File, and then choose Export. From the File Format dropdown, ensure that you have Adobe PDF Interactive selected, and then click Save. In the PDF export options, choose to export all pages and export as pages even if your document is set up as spreads. All the other default settings are fine, so let's go ahead and click Export to save the PDF, and now we can jump over to Flipsnack to upload the document to the platform. I'm on the Flipsnack homepage where I can now upload the PDF by clicking the Upload PDF button or simply dragging and dropping the file into the uploading area. Once the PDF's been uploaded, I can preview the flipbook in this window. This is a good way to get an initial look at the flipbook with the flip transitions prior to adding any customizations. Before publishing the flipbook, I'm going to click Customize to edit the branding and appearance to start. When you click Customize, Flipsnack will finish uploading the PDF to the platform and convert it to a digital flipbook. That takes just a few moments. In the branding section, I can add the logo for the publication by clicking on the Add button and choosing the Nourish logo, which I've already uploaded to the platform. I'll choose the logo and click Insert One Item. And now you can see the logo in the top left-hand corner of the flipbook. I can add a link to the logo and even change the accent and background colors. For example, I'll click on the accent color, and with the eyedropper tool, I'll sample a color from the logo. You'll see that update in the user interface and control bar in real time. Next, I'll click the background color, and I can choose a light cream color that would go nicely with the logo and magazine. Next, I'll move to the Appearance section. I'll click the Appearance tab from the left menu. One of the most important options here is choosing the type of page transition. Here you could choose from flip, slide, or scroll. For this example, because this is a traditional flipbook, I'll choose flip. If I scroll down, I also have some other control options to choose from. In this case, I want to give people the option to download the PDF and also print the PDF, and you can see those have been added to the control bar below. I can also add a control to search text inside the flipbook. Click on the Edit tab from the left menu, and then click Edit Flipbook. This takes you into the Design Studio, where you can enhance the flipbook with links, videos, buttons, and other interactions. In the Design Studio, there are several category features on the left side, including templates. Here you could choose from one of the many preset templates if you're starting a document from scratch. From the left side menu, there's also Interactions, where you can add enhancements to make your flipbook interactive and more engaging to your audience. We'll get back to this shortly. I'll click on the Text tab on the left side, and this is where you can add text elements such as headings or body text to your flipbook. To upload images and other media, you could do that here in the Upload section. Simply click on the Upload Media button to upload images or videos. Also, I'll click on Elements, and this is where you can add graphics, images, tables, and charts to a flipbook. For this, however, let's focus on Interactions. I'll click on the Interactions button. Under Links and Tags, I'll click Link Area, and that drops a frame right onto the page. I can move this frame into position over the text area that I'd like to add the link to. Once I have the link area set on the page, I can add an action by going to the Action dropdown. Here you have many options from sending an email, downloading a PDF, going to a profile, go to URL, and if I scroll down, you can see many other options here. For this example, I'll keep it simple and choose go to URL and add the URL of my website. Great, next let me show you how to add an image slideshow, which is another great interaction feature here in Flipsnack. On the right side, I'll click Pages, and I'll make my way down to page 5 in the document. Under Multimedia, I'll go ahead and click Slideshow, and once again that drops a bounding box onto the page. Now I want the slideshow to replace the top image here, so I'll do my best just to resize the slideshow and cover that image at the top of the page. Something like that looks good, and maybe I will adjust it like so. Next, I'll go ahead and click Upload Images, and because I've already uploaded the images, I can choose them here from the media library. Here's the first image, the second, and the third. Once I have all three selected, I'll click Insert 3 items, and it adds those 3 images to my slideshow. I also have the option to have the images fit to frame or scale to fit. I think I'll choose scale to fit in this case, and then I'll click on Preview to preview the slideshow in real time. You can see it here. There's the first image, the second, and there's the third. So that is working great. Let's go back to the project, and now I'd like to add a video button to open a video in a separate pop-up window. So from the right side, I'll click on Pages, and this time I'll click on page 3, and I'll add a video button to this page. Again, under the Multimedia section within the Interactions tab, I'll click on Video Button. That will drop a button onto the page. Much like I did with the slideshow, I can adjust the size and place it in a specific area on the page. In this case, I'll place it close to one of these ramen noodle dishes. And I'll actually zoom in a little bit, so when I click and resize the button, I'm a little bit more precise. I'll also move it down just a tad. From the left-hand side, I have the option to add a URL embed, such as YouTube, Vimeo, or your own URL, or you can click on Upload if you have your own video. I'll click on Choose a Video File, and I have an MP4 video that I uploaded previously. I'll click on it and choose Insert One Item. Now, if I click the Preview button at the top right-hand corner of the page, I can preview that video by clicking the button. The pop-up window will appear. I can play the video, and you can see that's playing fine. It's important to note that the video file should be in MP4 format in order for this to work. In the top right-hand corner of the screen, click on Share Now to publish your Flipbook. Now, before publishing, you also have a choice to make the Flipbook public, unlisted, or set it as private. In this case, I'll choose unlisted. And finally, I'll click Publish to publish the Flipbook. Once your Flipbook has been published, there are several methods to share it with your audience. First, if I click on the Share button in the top right corner here, I have the option of copying the link to share it with my audience. I can create a QR code. I can even embed the Flipbook to an external site. You can see the embed code down below. Or I can choose Social to share it on these social media platforms. Next, let's get a look at how to open the Flipbook and track analytics. I'm back in the Flipsnack dashboard, and to open the project, hover over the published Flipbook and click Open. This launches the Flipbook in a separate web browser tab. Have a look. The link area is activated. That is working properly. I'll flip to page 2. You can see my video button there. I'll click on that once, and you can see that the video will play just as intended. And now I can jump over to the second spread in the Flipbook, and my slideshow is working nicely as well. Now to track analytics, go back to the dashboard again. I'll hover over my Flipbook again and click Analytics. This takes you into the Analytics dashboard where you can track key metrics such as views, impressions, and clicks. Flipsnack also allows you to generate AI insights on your project. This gives you a summary of the Flipbook stats and recommendations on how to increase reach and engagement. If I scroll down, the Heat Map Analytics tool in Flipsnack lets you see exactly where your readers click and engage. You can also track viewers by country, giving you a better sense of where in the world your Flipbook is most popular. Another useful metric is source tracking, which shows the devices viewers used and the channels they came from. And that's how you could take a print layout from Adobe InDesign and turn it into a captivating, interactive online flipbook using Flipsnack. If you'd like to try it for yourself, check out the link in the description to get started. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.